Ned Flaherty is joining us. He's a freelance researcher and writer. He reports today from Boston, Massachusetts about exporting Christianity to the oil-rich third world and much more. Ned, it's a pleasure to speak with you. We've been getting so many emails about the Kony 2012 video that has gone completely viral, and the story has just been advancing, it seems like, almost every single day. And I think a lot of people don't understand some of the fundamentals about this story. So I think a good place to start is the beginning. What is this viral video about, and who did the video?
It's a good question because after 30 minutes of watching it, it is a little difficult to tell exactly what it's about, except it's clear that it's targeted toward young high school students or late junior high school. It's emotional. It appeals to your sense of goodness, whatever that might be. And it encourages those kids to mail money, either in donations or the purchase of souvenirs, to this organization. Actually, it's a corporation called Invisible Children. And it seems to be about capturing this bad man who has abducted 30,000 children over the last 26 years and putting a stop to that. And so kids are naturally inclined to do that. Anybody of any age, I guess, with a decent heart is inclined to want to put a stop to it and do something. And the film sort of ends with, you don't have to know much more than that it's a bad thing and that it happened and that we're going to collect your money and somehow take care of it.
Okay, so let's stop there for a second. Who is the bad man that is the subject of the video?
His name is Joseph Kony, from Uganda. What they don't make terribly clear in the video, which has been all over the internet, is that he left Uganda about 6 years ago. No one really knows where he is. Even paramilitary groups haven't really been able to track him down. And the 30,000 kids he kidnapped over the last 26 years, they're not going to be ever recovered because, for one thing, they're now adults. And they've either rescued themselves or they don't care anymore, or perhaps they're unfortunately met an untimely end. But the appeal to young people in America, well-to-do or middle-class young people, is send your money to stop this evil now. Well, Mr. Kony's been gone for years, and there's probably little hope of ever catching him. And he's not doing now the evil that he had done for such a long time. So there are a lot more evil people than that in the world that we should all be concerned about going after. He's really way down on the list. But I think that the Invisible Children Corporation like him precisely because they can keep using the product called Joseph Kony over and over again to generate souvenir sales, generate charitable donations, and keep their enterprise going.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Who is at the head of Invisible Children, and what have you found out about when you donate $10? How is that being divided up? Where is that money actually going? Is it even being used for the charitable purposes the video pretends it's being used for?
No. None of the money that the corporation has ever collected actually went to chase or capture or convict Joseph Kony. Officials of the corporation have admitted under intense questioning from journalists that basically they are a filmmaking corporation and a souvenir manufacturing outfit that is dedicated to making Mr. Kony even more famous. But that's where they stop. They don't actually go to capture him or do anything. So in essence, to answer your question, most of their money is used to do more publicity and to encourage more people, to do more advertising that gets more sales of more souvenirs, to get more people to send in even more money.
So is it fair for me to say that the money that is being sent, I hesitate to even use the term donated because it seems the money that is being used to purchase the products available is basically, is it profit for the company that made the video? Is that really what we're talking about here?
Yes, and a little more than that, though. The posters, buttons, stickers, T-shirts, bracelets, all that stuff that they will sell to anybody who wants it. By the way, in the first week that this Kony 2012 video was on the internet, the corporation collected $15 million in souvenir sales just in that week. They also accept donations. So if you don't want souvenirs but just want to give them money, they'll take it. But I wanted to answer another question you raised about where does the money go. It goes into the corporation. They pay themselves good salaries. They make more movies. They make more souvenirs, which cost money. Very little of it. A little of it does go to Uganda because they work with the Ugandan government to do social programs in neighborhoods, welfare programs and so forth. But those are not related to chasing Mr. Kony or capturing him or resolving the permanent problem. But one thing I wanted to mention to you, when you say where does the money go, it is important to know, I think, this corporation called Invisible Children is a tax-free charity, and it is allowed to operate that way by the U.S. government. So that not only do they not pay taxes, but they have very limited financial reporting. And it's the corporate offices where they have about 43 employees are in San Diego, California. But interestingly, the bank is in the Cayman Islands.
Like Mitt Romney.
Which is it's very far away, and it's for people who have so much money they need to hide some of it.
That's incredible. So let's in the last minute or two we have here, let's talk briefly about this Russell guy who was doing a lot of press around this video, and then recently was arrested. Correct me if I'm wrong, for public masturbation. Is that true?
I wasn't there. That's what the reports say. He appeared to have a combination of either a mental health episode and/or a substance abuse episode, or both. No one knows, and that's all they've said. And that could happen to anybody, and that's not as important as it might seem. What is important, though, is on the corporate papers that this tax-free corporation has to file as a charity with the U.S. government, he's listed as a filmmaker. And one of his co-partners, one of the co-founders, is also a filmmaker. That's the business that they're in. They make movies. And this is not, the movie we're talking about, Kony 2012, which got all the publicity recently, is just the latest film. They've done other video work over the years that didn't get anywhere near as much coverage.
All right, we've been speaking with Ned Flaherty. He's a freelance researcher and writer. He's reporting today from Boston, Massachusetts. Great research on this, Ned. Really a pleasure speaking to you today.
Okay, see you later.